Hey everybody, Todd here, all things archery and shooting, and we're going to do our range review now of this bow. What we have here is a Bear Super Mag. This is a bow they said that couldn't be built. The Bear built in 1965. It's a 48-inch AMO overall length. When it's strung, it's about 44 inches, so it's a very short, compact bow. Great for a tree stand or a ground blind or stalking through the woods. And this bow is supposed to be 50 pounds at 28 inches, but this bow comes in at 57 pounds at 28 inches. Which is quite unusual for a Bear bow. I've never seen that happen before, but this one does come in that. And I'm very tempted to pull this plate off and double check that weight behind the side plate. I don't really want to rule it. Maybe I'll do that after the shoot, and I'll let you guys know. But at my draw length of 29.5 inches, this bow is pulling 61 pounds, which is a little bit heavier than I like. I usually like to shoot about a 52 to 53 pound bow. That's about my sweet spot. But I have been shooting this bow for about a week now, so all being up front with you guys. So at first it wasn't very accurate, but now the bow is shooting really good to point and aim, and I really like this bow. So first we're going to do is a chronograph test, and then we're going to do an accuracy test of the bow and see how she performs, okay? Then we'll head back into the house and I'll compare on my I'll grade on my 6 criteria I grade all my bows on and see how she falls. Again, a lot of you guys asked for the review on this Super Mag bow, and here it is now. Also, just a little heads up, stay tuned, because in the future I'm going to do a comparison of the Super Mag bow versus the Kodiak Mag. The Kodiak Mag is a 52-inch bow, a little bit bigger. We're going to compare the two and see which one performs better. So stay tuned for that video coming up soon. All right, let's get started with this review on this bow now. Okay, for today's speed test, we're going to use 2 different arrows, okay? First is going to be this arrow here. This is a 610 grain arrow, which is about 10 grains per pound to draw. I built these arrows myself. These are a carbon arrow. They're a 400 spine. They're 30.5 inches long with a 145 grain point and a 100 grain insert. Comes in with 4-inch turkey feathers. Total weight of this arrow is 610 grains, which gives me about 10 grains per pound of draw weight. We're also going to test it with a target arrow, which comes in at 490 grains. This is a 450 spine. It's same 30.5 inches long with a 125 grain point up front and a 100 grain insert with 4-inch turkey feathers. This arrow is coming in right at 490 grains, about 8 grains per pound of draw weight. So we'll test both these across the chronograph, see how that bow performs. Let's get started, okay? Okay, first arrow will be the target arrow. That's 490 grains. The chronograph's about 10 foot in front of the target, and I'm about 10 foot behind the chronograph. Let's see how she shoots, okay? We'll do 6 arrows and see how she shoots, and throw out the largest, throw out the highest, and get a comparison, okay? First arrow, 490 grains across the chronograph. Here we go. 186. Second arrow. 196. Third arrow. 191. Fourth arrow. 193. Fifth arrow. 198. Sixth and final arrow. 198, duplicate. Okay, that was with the 490 grain arrow. Now let's try the 610 grain arrow. Okay. Reset the chronograph. Let's see how she shoots. 610 grains. First arrow. 185. Second arrow. 173. Third arrow, 180. Fourth arrow, 180, duplicate. Fifth arrow, 178. Sixth and final arrow, 179. Okay, I'm going to stick with the 610 grain shafts we have here, just because I like a heavier arrow, and it's shooting about 180 feet per second, which is pretty impressive. We're going to be shooting this new 3D target I have here. Just got this one in, replaced the other one I had. I shot it completely in two. This is a shooter's 3D target, so we'll try to put 5 arrows right there. We'll start at 20 yards, then we'll try 30 yards, okay? So 20 yards first. Here we go. Okay. Alright, that is 3 arrows, less than 1.5 inches at 20 yards. It is quite a bit high, about 2.5, 3 inches high. Probably why I shoot much higher, so I need to adjust my point of aim. But let's move out to 30 yards now and see how she shoots at 30. That was a 20-yard group, less than 1.5 inches. Let's move to 30 yards, see how she shoots. Alright, 30 yards. Okay. Now that's a 30-yard group, 3 inches, I guess. All within, I got one in the 9 zone, 2 in the 8 at 30 yards. Not too bad. Tell you what, let's go one more round with 30 yards and see how she shoots. Actually, you know what? Let's move to 40 yards. That's about my limit on my shooting is 40 yards. I'm going to set out at 40 yards and see how close I can get. Here we go, 40 yards. Okay, that's a 40-yard shot. It's about 5, maybe 5.5, maybe 5 inches, I guess. Maybe 6, but I'd say about 5. Get my hand around it still. I got all 3 in the 8. Here's your 10, your 9, and the 8. So all 3 are in the kill zone at 40 yards. 5-inch group. Now that is a good shooting bow. All right, let's go ahead and get some, you can check the tilt of the bow when I shoot it. We're going to do the 20 yards. I'm going to shoot my white-tailed deer target, and we'll see how it shoots at 20 yards, okay? Here we go. Okay, I'm at my 20-yard mark. We're going to shoot the white-tailed deer target down there. Here we go, 3 arrows. That's an interesting group. That one shot high and to the right at 20 yards. Let's take a look at that. Down there, 20 yards. Here we go. This one, like I said, shot high and to the right, but they're pretty grouped pretty well. Not sure what happened there, but it's still a very tight group. All right, let's get over here and look at it. Okay, set this down. Get you a zoom in shot of that last group. As you can see, that group is all in the vitals, but it's about 3 inches high and 1 inch to the right. Okay? Not quite sure what happened there. Maybe, anyway. All right, 20 yards. I just shoot about 3 inches high with less than a 1 inch group, though, a very tight group. Not sure why it shot so high. I mean, it could have been me, but the bow is accurate. It does shoot really well. All right. All right, let's head inside and we'll go ahead and give you my final thoughts on this Bear Super Mag bow, and we'll wrap this up. Here we go.